It makes the entire universe seems insignificant as a blade of grass. It reigns supreme over all in a splendorous manner. It is full of eternally conscious divine ecstasy. It is supremely pure. The holy name of Sri Hari alone is everything.
Hari Hari.
Hari.
Madhura. Sriveda Prabhu has written a poem, a rhyming poem in English of it.
You might need to sing. Madhura Madhure Bhyopi Mangale Bhyopi Mangala Madhura
Madhure Bhyopi Mangale
जय श्री राधा कृष्ण भगवान की
जय।
श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महाराज की
जय।
जय गुरु श्रीपाद की जय। पिता गौर प्रेमानंदे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमः भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमः भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ओम नमः भगवते वासुदेवाय।
Hare Krishna. So I don't know how things will flow today. We don't have internet working right now, so I will request everybody to use your mobiles and open this Srimad Bhagavatam 9th canto, 8th chapter, 24th shloka. You can write on Chrome Veda base 9.8.24.
So I'm not computer for me.
Yes.
Prashanthamaya gunakarmalingam
Shantamaya gunakarmalingam
Anam rupam sadasad vimuktam
Anam rupam sadasabhimuktam
Jnanopadeshaya grihita deham
Jnanopadeshaya grihita deham
Namamahe tvam purusham puranam
Namamahe tam purusham puranam
Prashantamaya gunakarmalingam
Shantamaya gunakarmalingam
Anam rupam sadasad vimuktam
Anam rupam sadasabhimuktam
Jnanopadeshaya grihita deham
Jnanopadeshaya grihita deham
Namamahe tvam purusham puranam
Namamahe tam purusham puranam
Prashantamaya gunakarmalingam
Shantamaya gunakarmalingam
Anam rupam sadasad muktam
Anam rupam sadasabhimuktam
Jnanopadeshaya grihita deham
Jnanopadeshaya grihita deham
Namamahe tvam purusham puranam
Namamahe tam purusham puranam
Shantamaya gunakarmalingam
Shantamaya gunakarmalingam
Anam rupam sadasabhimuktam
Anam rupam sadasad vimuktam
Jnanopadeshaya grihita deham
Jnanopadeshaya grihita deham
Namamahe tam purusham puranam
Namamahe tam purusham puranam Shantamaya gunakarmalingam
Shantamaya gunakarmalingam
Anam rupam sadasabhimuktam
Anam rupam sadasad vimuktam
Jnanopadesha grihita deham
Jnanopadeshaya grihita deham
Namatam purusham puranam
Namamahe tvam purusham puranam
Shantamaya gunakarmalingam
Prashantamaya gunakarmalingam
Anamarupam sadasarvimuktam
Anam-rupam sadasad-vimuktam
Jnanopadeshaya grihita deham
Jnanopadeshaya grihita deham
Namamahe tvam purusham puranam
Namahe tam purusham puranam
Shantamaya gunakarmalingam
Shantamaya gunakarmalingam
Anamarupam sadasabhimuktam
Anam-rupam sadasad-vimuktam
Jnanopadesha grihita deham
Jnanopadesha grihita deham
Namameha tam gunakarmalingam
Anamarupam sarasati vimuktam
Anam-rupam sadasad-vinuktam
Jnanopadeshaya griheta deham
Jnanopadeshaya griheta deham
Namahe tvam purusham puranam
Namamahe tvam purusham puranam. Thank you. Word meaning Prashanta.
Prashanta.
Oh, completely peaceful one.
Oh, completely peaceful one.
Maya Guna.
Maya Guna.
Maya Guna, sorry. The modes of material nature.
The laws of natural nature.
Karmalingam.
Karmalingam.
Symptomized by fruitive activities.
Symptomized by fruitive activities.
Radha Parisisvara Mandir. Anam-rupam.
One who has
No material names
no material name
or form.
or
Transcendental to the manifested and non-manifested
manifested and non-manifested
modes of material nature.
material nature.
Gyan Upadeshaya.
Gyan-Spadishaya,
For distributing transcendental knowledge.
for distributing transcendental knowledge,
As in Bhagavad Gita.
as in Bhagavad Gita.
Grihit Deham.
Grihita
Has assumed a form
has assumed the form
like a material body.
like a material body.
Nama Mahe.
Namamahe,
I offer my
I offer my
respectful obeisances.
respectful obeisances.
Tvam.
Tvam.
Unto you.
Unto you.
Purusham.
Purusham.
The Supreme Person.
The Supreme Person.
Puranam.
Puranam.
The original.
The original.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhakti Yoga Swami Srila ki.
Jai.
O completely peaceful one, although material nature, fruitive activities, and their consequent material names and forms are your creation, you are unaffected by them. Therefore, your transcendental name is different from material names and your form is different from material forms. You assume a form resembling a material body just to give us instruction like those of Bhagavad Gita. But actually you are the supreme original person. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Papat. By His Divine Grace Sri Bhakti Yoga Swami Srila ki.
Jai.
Srila Yamunacharya has recited this verse in the Stotra Ratna. Bhavantam eva nucharam nirantara prashanta nihesha manorathe tara kadaham ekantika nitya kinkara prahasya hisyami sanat jivatam. By serving you constantly, one is freed from all material desire and is completely pacified. When shall I engage as your permanent eternal servant and always feel joyful to have such a befitting master? Manorathe na sati dhavato bahi. Bhagavatam 5.18.12. One who acts on the mental platform must descend to material activities. Material contamination, however, is completely absent from Supreme Personality of Godhead and His pure devotee. Therefore, the Lord is addressed as Prashanta, completely peaceful, free from disturbances of material existence. The Supreme Lord has no material name or form. Only the foolish think that the Lord's name and the forms are material. Avajananti ma mura manushim tanu mashita. The identity of Supreme Lord is that He is the original person. Nevertheless, those who have but a poor fund of knowledge think that Lord is formless. The Lord is formless in the material sense, but He has His transcendental form. Satchidananda Vigraha. Om Ajnanatammirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manovishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamiham Dadati Swakamantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakavalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagradatam Sarvanaganathamitam Tathajimam Savadetam Savadutam Parijanasritam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sri Lalita Shri Vishakha Tamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaskute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhesha Kripa Sindhu Bhaivacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasani Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hukum karoti vachalam sungam ladayate gyatidatam hamde Shri Guru Dinataranam. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to this morning's Bhagavatam class. And I have been, before I start speaking on this subject matter, which is very elevated, so I would like to beg your mercy so that whatever I speak, it is for my own purification and for the pleasure of you all devotees who are assembled here. I am insignificant, but the message is very significant, very profound. So we are on chapter 8 of 9th canto. The name of the canto is Liberation, Mukti, and the name of the chapter is the son of Sagar meet Lord Kapiladev. So I'll just give you a brief recap. What is here, where we are in this whole picture. So Shukdev Goswami is describing the dynasty of Rohita. So there are the Bhagavatam, and so Shukdev Goswami started citing Bhagavatam. The genealogy of Manu, all the Manus, and our current Manu, they have Manu and Satrupa. No. So he described the genealogy of Priyavrat Maharaj and Uttanapad, and then also their sisters Devahuti, Prasuti and Akuti. And now in 9th canto he is describing the genealogy of Sun dynasty and Moon dynasty. Right now it is Sun dynasty going on, and we'll see in the progressive chapters also the appearance of Lord Ram will be described. So Lord Ram was born in Sun dynasty, and then when the 10th canto will come, so that is the genealogy of Moon dynasty, Chandravansh. And who appears in Chandravansh? Krishna. So while describing this dynasty of the descendants of Rohita, he came to the point where Maharaj Sagar was there. And what Sagar did, he to show his supremacy over to the world, to prove himself that I am the emperor. So every country has prime minister, and then there are in India there are states. I guess it is same in France also. You call it
Regions.
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 So every region has their own minister or their own supreme, CM, chief minister also. But all those chief ministers are under prime minister. So similarly, who will be the prime minister of the whole world, or who will be the emperor of the whole world? How to show it? Generally, the kings, they do Ashwamedha Yajna. In this sacrifice, they let loose a horse which roam around the whole world, and whoever wants to oppose that king, that I do not find you capable or eligible enough or deserving enough to be the emperor of the world, then he has to fight with that emperor. So similarly, we saw in Mahabharata also, by the request of Krishna, Yudhishthira Maharaj also performed this Ashwamedha Yajna. Although he doesn't want to prove himself the emperor of the whole world, but Krishna wants him to do it, so he obliged. So similarly here, Maharaj Sagar, he did Ashwamedha Yajna here, and all of us, now this horse doesn't go alone. This horse is always accompanied by a very big army and army generals who will fight if somebody opposes. So all of a sudden, what happened? This horse disappeared. It was a matter of big shame that you send out. Actually, this horse also has a kind of a nameplate or something which says that this horse was sent by this king to prove himself as the emperor. If you oppose, okay, prove your worth, let's fight. So all of a sudden with this big army, this horse disappeared. So what Sagar Maharaj did, he has two queens, their name was Sumati and Keshini. From Sumati, you believe it or not, he has 60,000 sons. Now those 60,000 sons, they went all over the world to find out where is this horse went. So they dug up a very big trench, and it is mentioned in Bhagavatam that this trench eventually become ocean.
Wow.
Trench? What is trench?
Trench like a very big pit. Or
Cool.
when a pit become too big, it become trench. Just on the sidelines, like the deepest part of the ocean is called Mariana Trench. It is more deeper than than Everest. So only 3 or 4 humans have been there to that part of the ocean, Mariana Trench. So it's so deep. Okay, so then this the sons of the Sumati, they tried everywhere. They dug up the whole earth and tried to find out where this horse went. And eventually, by in the process of finding, they happened to meet a very saintly being. But by some misunderstanding, they thought that this person is an imposter and he has taken the horse. So they tried to attack this personality, and this personality was Kapil Deva, one of the 12 Mahajans, one of the incarnations of Krishna. He is actually Shakta Veshavta. So, and just by his power, what Kapil Dev did, actually we all have a fire in our stomach which is called Jashta Agni. He increased that Jashta Agni. He didn't use any weapon or anything. He just increased the Jashta Agni or this fire in the stomach of all the soldiers and sons, and they died by their own fire. So then again this big sacrifice was still not complete. So what Sagar Maharaj did, he sent his another son from other wife, Keshini. From Keshini he has Anshuman, the son. So when Anshuman went there and he saw Kapila Dev, and he also saw the bones and the remains of his own brothers, the cousins. So he understood that this person is not an ordinary person. He's an elevated personality. And somehow by the will of the providence, he understood that this is Supreme Personality of Godhead. And now he is praying to him by suitable verses, by suitable words. One of the names of Krishna is Uttama Shloka. The meaning of Uttama Shloka is one who is glorified by chosen words. Actually, we can see that in the Bhagavatam is full of prayers. First we'll see the prayers of Kunti Maharani, then Bhish Pitama. There are many exalted personalities who pray to Krishna, who glorified Krishna. So they are very careful with the word they are choosing. Because now they are going to glorify the Supreme Personality of Godhead, which is, if I say to you, Krishna's eyes are as beautiful as yours, is it true or false?
True.
More beautiful.
Yes. They are more beautiful. Actually, it's our limitation that we have not seen anything beautiful which is comparable to the eyes of Krishna. So, that's how we must be very careful of Uttama Shloka while glorifying Krishna. Actually, lotus is as comparative to Krishna's eyes, is somewhat beautiful. And because we have limitation, we have not seen many things. So that's why these personalities, they use these words that Krishna's eyes are as beautiful as a lotus petal. But in actuality, they are much more beautiful than anything in this world. So now he is glorifying Krishna, and I have to cover 24 to 30th shloka. So what I am going to do, I am just going to recite the other shlokas, and then we'll discuss something on this 24th shloka. Text 25 again. Anshuman is glorifying Lord Kapil Dev. O my Lord, those whose heart are bewildered by the influence of lust, greed, envy, and illusion are interested only in false hearth and home in this world created by your Maya. Attachment to home, wife, and children. They wander in this material world. They wander in this material world perpetually. Text 20. O super soul of all living entities, O personality of Godhead, simply by seeing you, I have now been freed from all lusty desires, which are illusion and bondage in the material world. Text 27. O King Parikshit, when Anshuman has glorified the Lord in this way, the great sage Kapila, the powerful incarnation of Vishnu, being very mercifully to him, explained to him the path of knowledge. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, My dear Anshuman, here is the animal sought by your grandfather for sacrifice. Please take it. As for your forefathers who have been burned to ashes, they can be delivered only by Ganges water, not by any other means. Thereafter, Anshuman circumambulated Kapil Muni and offered him respectful obeisances. Bowing his head, after fully satisfying him in this way, Anshuman brought back the horse meant for sacrifice. And with this horse, Maharaj Sagar performed the remaining ritualistic ceremonies. Text 30th. After delivering charge of his kingdom to Anshuman, and thus being freed from all material anxiety and bondage, Sagar Maharaj, following the means instructed by Aurav Muni, achieved the supreme destination. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of 9th canto, 8th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Son of Sagar Meet Lord Kapila Dev. So, the 24th shloka that we have in front of us, so I'll just discuss something from that. I'll try to comment on that. So the translation goes. Actually, it has 4 lines in this translation. So one by one I'll take them. Oh, completely peaceful Lord. Now Anshuman is speaking to Kapil Dev. He addressing him as Prashanta. Oh, completely peaceful Lord. All the material nature, fruitive activities, and their consequent material names and forms are your creation. You are unaffected by them. So here he is describing that Lord is separate from his creation. Lord is not bound by 3 modes of material nature, and it is true. What kind of a supreme Lord he would be? He would be controlled by his own creation. Prabhupada gave a very classic example of a jailer of a very big prime minister. Sometimes the prime minister or jailers, the superintendent of jail, they have to go inside the jails also, in the prison houses also. But were the rule of prison house applicable to them? No, they are not. Like they also have to eat the same food, remain there in the prison house? Okay, now you have come into the jail, you have to stay here. The judge has given you this much punishment. No, this rule doesn't apply on them. So similarly, when Krishna also come in this world, these rule doesn't apply on Krishna also. Actually, this is the point of contention of devotees with Mayavadis. That these Mayavadis, they say that that supreme whole, actually they use the weapon of world jugglery. When we read Bhagavad Gita or when we read scriptures, we see Krishna is addressed by different names. Although Prabhupada put more emphasis on the word Bhagavan or Supreme Personality of Godhead, but you will see in the different places the Supreme Being is and now again I'm using the word Supreme Being, not Krishna. He is addressed as a Supreme Truth, Absolute Truth, or Paramatma, Ishvara, like all these words. So, but Prabhupada used them interchangeably because Prabhupada has given us, or the devotees, or Srimad Bhagavatam has given us this conclusion of the text, conclusion of all these texts, that they are same person. When you say Supreme Absolute Truth, Paramatmana, Ishvara, Bhagavan, So these are all same person. But the Mayavadis, what they say, that when that supreme absolute truth, when he descends in this material world, so he takes a body made up of flesh. Actually, at times we have to use these words which are not right also. Like, the word incarnation. How this word is formed. Carne means, those of you who know Spanish, carne means meat. So incarnation means when the Lord incarnated into flesh, like the son of the son of the Supreme Father, Jesus Christ, when he incarnated into flesh, incarnation. So we are like, English is a very limited language as compared to Sanskrit. Like that's why Srila Prabhupada, if an English teacher reads our Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam, he will point out so many mistakes. Just to give an example, what is the word frutative? You never find a word frutative in English dictionary, but Prabhupada used this word to give the right conclusion that what is it really means. And just like I noticed also in this in the following part or translation also, Prabhupada is using this word obeisances. There's nothing like this word obeisances. Obeisance is even if you play multiple times, it's obeisance, not obeisances. So Prabhupada use these words like that to give us the right conclusion, to drive us to the right point. So Mayavadi, they say that that supreme whole also comes under the clutches of material Maya, because he took this body made up of flesh. So which is not right. Krishna was always transcendental. Even when he was just a 6 days old baby, he killed Putana. He doesn't have to go to gym to kill Putana or to take supplements or anything. He's as powerful as when he was 6 days old, or when he was a full grown adult. So he's not controlled by Maya, but even though he is not controlled by Maya, but by his own supreme will, by his own causeless mercy, he is ready to be controlled by his devotees. The devotees, they have this power. Actually, in front of devotees, Krishna is very weak. Because what devotees can do, Krishna cannot do. Devotees can give Krishna. Devotees can make Krishna do things which is unimaginable. Like Nand Maharaj, when he asked Krishna, bring my shoes. And what Krishna used to do, Krishna used to put the shoes of Nand Maharaj over his head. And and Mother Yashoda, he chastised Krishna. At times, Krishna's friend beat him also, or snatch his food. All those kind of things, they do to Krishna. And Krishna also ready to accept it, because these pastimes are also not possible in Golok Vrindavan. These childhood pastimes are not possible in Golok Vrindavan. Krishna is ever young, 16-year-old boy there. So, although nobody can control Krishna, but Krishna still choose to be controlled by his devotees. So this is love by which we can control Krishna. So, by this Maya cannot control Krishna. So Krishna is beyond Maya by his own tricks. A magician is beyond his tricks. The tricks of magician cannot control magician. So this is the first part of the translation. The second part is, therefore your transcendental name is different from material names, and your form is different from material forms. Now he is saying, although Krishna, you are beyond Maya, you are beyond three modes of material nature, three modes of material nature, but your names and form is also beyond material things. So how we can know? Can we have an example? Can we have a realization that Krishna's names are beyond material names? How we can? Just by seeing our own day-to-day activity. Yes, please.
Prabhupada would give an example of this. you can chant Hare Krishna for hours, but if you say Coca-Cola or something like that, you would get tired.
Yes. So actually it is applicable to us also. Like we are chanting minimum 16 rounds since so long, isn't it? And we have seen people who are chanting since 50 years, like early Prabhupada disciples, those who are still there in the physical body on the planet, they are chanting Hare Krishna Maha since more than 50 years, Japasaka Maharaj and all those great acharyas. So if they are just material names, they would have get bored. Like, how much we can hear one song, for how long we can hear? Hardly few times. Then we get bored. This is the nature of soul. This is the nature of this material world. That everything has a limited happiness. We can only extract some happiness out of everything. Just like Prabhupada give this example of Punar Punar Charita Charitana. You have in India, you must have seen sugar cane. They put sugar cane into a machine which has 2 tumblers, and they extract out the juice out of it. Then they fold it and put it again. Then lesser juice comes out from the first as compared to the first time, and again they fold it and again they put it. But the more times they put this sugar cane again into this machine, the lesser juice will come out, which shows in this material nature every material thing has limitation, but Krishna's name and form has no limitation. So that's why those who take shelter of material things, those who take shelter of material, those who have material shelters, their mercy or their the safety that they get is also limited. But those who take shelter of the holy names, those who take shelter of Krishna, their safety is limitless, unlimited. So therefore, we must take shelter of the holy names. One time, His Holiness Mahavishnu Maharaj, he was mentioning in his lecture that we have 9 holes in our body. This body is called City of 9 Gates in Bhagavad Gita. So all these holes, like suppose if this glass doesn't have bottom, there is no base in this glass. So no matter how much water I put in this glass, it all will come out. Even if I put ocean, the whole Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean in this glass, eventually it will come out. Similarly, these are our holes are also like that. No matter how much material things you put, how much beautiful things you see, how much nice songs or nice philosophy, whatever you put in these ears, no matter how much nice food you will eat, no matter how much nice smells, perfume, Chanel and all those perfumes you will smell, these holes are not going to be satisfied because they are bottomless holes. So Maharaj was mentioning that these holes can only be satisfied by the supreme hole. Until and unless you put supreme hole, Krishna, into these holes, they cannot be satisfied. Until and unless you put the glories of Krishna, the holy names of Krishna into ears can't be satisfied. Until and unless you see the beautiful form of Krishna, Srimati Radharani and other incarnations of Krishna and devotees of the Lord, your eyes won't be satisfied. Until and unless you taste prasadam, your tongue cannot be satisfied. So because the demands of these holes, the demands of these senses are limitless, so we need something limitless to satisfy them, and which can only be supplied by Krishna in the form of his holy name and in the form of his form also. And when the translation goes like your translation name is different from your material name, from the material names, actually it also shows the point that the names of Krishna are very, very, very merciful. Wherever Krishna cannot go, the holy names can go. Or Krishna goes everywhere in the form of his holy names. We all know from Chaitanya Bhagavat that Prithvi ten yat nagar adi gram sarvatra prachar hoi be mor naam. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came for only 48 years, and only some people of Bengal or that region knew about him. But he still descend to each. He's still descending to each and every nook and corner, town and village of the world in the form of his holy names. So the holy names of Krishna actually are more powerful, more merciful. So one must take the shelter of the holy names of Krishna. And also Krishna's beauty is beyond any material beauty. The material beauty that we know in this world, even if the beauty of woman or man, it is limited. It is bound by time. It is bound by arrangement. Even for a Mataji or for a Prabhu to become more handsome or beautiful, they need to apply so many makeup and everything. If at times you cannot, it's hard to imagine a beautiful lady without makeup, or a film actress or a model without makeup. It's always like day and night at times. So, but Krishna is always beautiful. It is mentioned in Bhagavatam when Krishna entered Mathura, all the ladies were so astonished, were so mesmerized by seeing Krishna that they forgot, like when they are preparing themselves to see Krishna, what they were doing, they just left everything there. If some lady was cooking, they just left the stoves burning. They if somebody was doing makeup, she left the makeup and just ran to see Krishna. It is also mentioned there, if some lady was wearing, in the process of wearing clothes, they forget which clothes to put where. The upper clothes were worn on the downside, and the clothes on the lower body was worn on the upper side. So this is how Krishna was beautiful. And not only when Krishna was young, he was beautiful. Even when he was on the battlefield of Kurukshetra also. Approximately, Krishna spent time on this planet Earth was 125 years. And the battle, when the battle of Kurukshetra happened, Krishna was around 110, 115 years old, around this much. But even at that time, he was so beautiful. It is mentioned in 3rd canto of Bhagavatam. There is a very nice shloka. Tatheva chane narlok veera ya ahave Krishna mukhar vindam netra pivanta nayana viramam partha se puta padma purase. So Shukdev Goswami is describing the scenario, what happened on the battlefield of Bhagavatam. When some fighter who chose to fight with Arjuna, and he came in front of Krishna. So what he saw before seeing the Parth, Dhanurdhara Parth, before seeing the fighter Arjuna, his eyes saw the very beautiful form of Krishna. Although in the battlefield, which is full of dust, which is full of cries, blood, and sweat, Krishna's body was also covered with dust. His long hair, his long curly hairs were all they are open, and there was sweat all over his body and his face. His body is covered with dust, and here and there he has some wound also by the arrows of the other fighters, of the enemies of Arjuna. And when this person saw this beautiful form of Krishna was so beautiful at that time also. He remained awestruck. He just he just mesmerized with this view. And in this by seeing Krishna, he became purified. And then what comes? Partha se puta padma purase. Here comes the arrow of Arjuna, and he directly went back to spiritual world. So this is how the Krishna's beauty helped Arjuna win also. How Krishna was so beautiful, even even when he was in the battlefield. Actually, it is also mentioned in Bhagavatam also that for people of this material world, they need ornaments, they need makeup to make themselves beautiful. But ornaments and mascara and all these makeups, when they are applied to Krishna, they become more beautiful. It is not that they make Krishna beautiful. They become beautiful when they came in contact with Krishna. And Krishna is always youthful, always young. In Brahma Samhita, Lord Brahma prays Advaitam Achuttam Anadi Ananta Rupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navyovanam Cha Vedeshu Durlavam Adurlav Atma Bhakto Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. That although Krishna is Purana Purusha, he is the primeval Lord, the first one, but still is Navyovanam Cha, he is always youthful. So it's already more than 9. So I'll just quickly go through the other 2 parts of the translation. You assume a form resembling a material body just to give us instruction like those of Bhagavad Gita, but actually you are the supreme original person. Actually, Krishna loves us so much, so much that he chooses to come again and again and again. And in other religions, they say that supreme person cannot come. No, he comes. Just like we also take burden to travel to visit our native place, to meet our near and dear ones. Similarly, Krishna loves us so much that he comes. He chooses to come again and again, so that he can attract few fallen souls, his own children, back to Godhead. And therefore, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. So, towards the end, I would like to request everybody to always pay our obeisances. It makes us humble. One should, even if we are tired or whatever situation we are in, we must try to pay our obeisances as much as we can. Just like we have 3 set of deities in front of us in the altar, so we must pay 3 obeisances, not like just one copy to all. So this should not be the case. One time, one of the early disciples of Prabhupada, when they start coming to Prabhupada, and everybody used to pay obeisances to Prabhupada. But one of the disciples, he asked Prabhupada that, I do not feel like to pay obeisances to you. Prabhupada said, you keep on doing it and you'll start feeling also. Fake it until you make it. So even if somebody doesn't feel like or feel tired or something, right now this is the age when we are young, our body is capable. So we must pay our obeisances to the Lord and to Srila Prabhupada. Because when we will become old, we won't be able to do it. So now is a chance to get the mercy more and more. So with this word, I would like to stop myself here. Anybody has any correction, comments? So you kindly please.
Regarding offering obeisances, there's in the Rukmini Leela, when the Brahmana returns and tells her that Krishna is going to come and carry her away, and she feels so indebted to him that she pays her obeisances. And Prabhupada mentions there that that's the way we show indebtedness to someone. So when we bow down, if we don't feel like bowing down, we think about how we're indebted to the person. We're indebted to Prabhupada for giving us this knowledge. We're indebted to Krishna for revealing his divinity in so many ways. So we think about that and we're motivated about that. And this, in one of the other verses that you didn't speak on, but was part of your quota, it mentions that King Sagara consulted his guru, about what to do toward the end of life, and that ultimately he went back to Godhead. And the thing that struck me about when I read this whole Leela is at different critical parts in his life, Sagara is always consulting his guru and doing what his guru said, and then at the end he goes back to Godhead. So basically, Sagara Maharaj is teaching by his example that if you just, whenever you're in a jam, you consult your guru and do what he says, at the end of life, you go back to Godhead too.
Thank you. Follow Srila Prabhupada and Guru. Go back to Suji. No matter what others says. Anybody has any other correction, comments?
Just a question regarding offering obeisances. I had a short discussion with Jananda Maharaj recently about being more personal with the deities. And he was giving an example that, for instance, you know, when we enter the temple room, we offer our obeisances to Srila Prabhupada. When this is done, to offer obeisances to the deities, it's good to know the mantras related to each deities. So he gave example of Radha Parisisvara himself. He does Hare Krishna Karuna Sindhu while going down on the floor. What about Jagannath Baladev Suparanita Sachisuta? What are the
Oh, you don't know?
appropriate? I don't know them. Yeah.
I'll share
I
a
don't-
PDF with you.
Okay.
Actually, this is what we. Okay. So, like there are many prayers.
Yeah, that's it.
So, I don't know whether it is standardized or not, but what I heard it as standardized. It may not be true. So, Pranam Mantra of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Guratushe Namah. And Nityananda Prabhu's Pranam Mantra is Nityananda Vastubhyam Premanand Pradayate Kalu Kalmash Nashaya Janva Pataye Namaha. But there are many prayers you can do that also. Jai 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 Bhagavati Randandan, Jai Nityananda Vaishnava Radhan, like that. So it's up to you. And then Pranam Mantra of Lord Jagannath is Neelachal Nivasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Balabhadra Subhadra Bhayam Jagannathaya Te Namaha. At times, you know, people they say only Pranam Mantra of Lord Jagannath, but there is Pranam Mantra of Subhadra Maharaj and Balramji also. Lord Balram's Pranam Mantra is Namaste Balram Shrestha, Namaste Dharnidhara, Namaste. No. At times it is this problem. And you are on the point.
When you had to explain to someone.
Although in the flow it goes
Yeah.
by.
You can go down if you want, if it helps.
नीलाचल निवासा नित्य परमात्मा उर्वद सुभद्रमय जगन्नाथाय ते नमः नमस्ते धरणीधर नमस्ते ब्रह्मशे नमस्ते रे परमरे अस्तु ऐ मम कृष्ण पूर्वज देवी तु प्रणाम मतलब सुभद्रमय देवी तु विष्णु मायसी मोहयन्ति चराचरम दित पद्मासन संस्थासी विष्णु भावानुसारिणी. So I'll just put it in a PDF and share it on the temple group. Yes.
Yeah, there's I think it's a 1-2 of Adi Leela. Bande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Sodi Sodom Pushpa and Tochi Tro Sandro Tamon Hill, which I offer obeisances to Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda, who have risen like the sun and the moon in the stage of Kali to dissipate the darkness of ignorance and thus wonderfully bestow benediction upon others. So it's one prayer that has both of them.
And I remember now that Nana Maharaj suggested this one also. But
Pranam Mantra means glorifying Lord.
yeah,
You can glorify Lord by a number of shlokas. Hare.
thank you so much.
Jai Prabhupada ki.
Jai!
Please pray for me also so that I can also follow what I have said.
Essa